Alisson Becker, Liverpool goalkeeper, Liverpool #1. Has been for a while, or for a few years at least. Let's see then, 30 years old, 6'4", pretty good for a goalkeeper. Brazilian international, goals he scored in the Premier League is 1. Fun fact for you, he scored more goals in the Premier League than Cameron Archer has. And he's a flipping striker. But anyways, that's enough facts. It's time to move on and talk more about Alisson Becker then. Alisson Becker. I don't know. We've done a few Liverpool players now, and I don't like criticising players when it's not all their fault. You know, their club's not in the greatest place. You know, that's probably, I do sympathise with that, because I know it's not always the player's fault. It can be down to the manager. And I think we need to start doing managers. I think that would be an interesting one to do. But for Alisson, in the past couple of years, I don't even really know, because again, he's won quite a lot of things like a few of the players there have, and he's also not been great this season. Made quite a few mistakes, but you know, he was injured at one point, and Adrian, if you're conceding 7 to Villa, you're obviously not a very good keeper at all. And you know, we know Adrian's dodgy. He got injured, came back, and that was just a chaotic season in the 2021 season. You know, injuries left, right and centre for Liverpool, so we won't focus on that season. Last season wasn't great. No, it was just, you know, I know Liverpool finished second, but I do think he made a few mistakes that could have cost Liverpool the title. This season, not again been great, cost Liverpool a lot of points like most of their players have. And I don't think Salah's been great. I don't think any of them have been great. I don't think Van Dijk's been great. I don't think Alexander-Arnold's been great. And I know he doesn't have a defence. His defence is non-existent. So with that, I do sort of understand. But he is making his own individual mistakes, making mistakes when he's trying to make a save, but you know, he doesn't get it right. And if you're not getting it right, something's not right. You know, was it him in the Brazilian and Croatia game? Sorry, well, Brazil, Croatia game in the World Cup. I swear it was him as well. I think that was like his only game, and they managed to lose that on penalties in the World Cup. I swear. His Brazilian counterpart, Ederson, plays or Chichester City, or Chester City, as I'm now going to call them, because they've robbed us of a trophy. His counterpart from there has is getting picked ahead of him for Brazil, which I think is just slightly out of order. I don't think Edison's an overall great footballer. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I know what comes next. He's going to keep a clean sheet against Villa today and make like really good saves. I don't care. Mate's playing for a dodgy team. Alisson is better than Ederson. I'm going to put it out there. But for Alisson Becker, this guy came from Roma, came to Liverpool, had a rocky start, got there, had his prime. But now he can't even, you know, he can't keep a flipping clean sheet against some of the worst teams in the Premier League. Goalkeeper, I sometimes will blame for the defence, because I feel like they've got to organise that defence at times. I don't think he does have a lot of help, and he is 30 years old, so he's, you know, I think he's, like I say, I think he's just had his prime. But he certainly had a prime drink before some of these games, because he's been absolutely horrific in some of these games. I think he's been on Prime Video watching, you know, poorly made films, because he's obviously not fully focused. I don't know what he's been watching on Prime Video, but his prime's gone. Don't know if he was watching the Liverpool documentary when they could actually win games. Whatever, I don't understand what happened to Alisson. We're talking about a keeper that was winning them things to a keeper that can't even save simple shots now. Very concerning. And for Alisson, I feel like he has ruined his career slightly. I think he does need to move on to a different club. You're 30. You're probably not as good as you used to be. Liverpool, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. If they get new ownership, they'll probably start winning the league. But do you know what I can't stand? Is when I'm listening to these Liverpool fans moaning about Man City's oil money when they're being flipping linked with the same problem. I think that is same thing with United fans. You can't complain if it's going to happen to your club. If you don't like it, you can't exactly say your club's successful. We don't know what's going to happen with Liverpool, and for me, you know, unless things turn around, Jurgen Klopp might get the sack. I wouldn't probably like it to happen that way. I think he's done too much there to get the sacking because of a poor season. But the way it's going, that looks like it's going to be the case. So for me, Alisson is ruining his career currently.